Hey Christa, thank you so much for joining us on our virtual photo shoot for International Women's Day. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you so much, Gabby, for inviting me on this interview that you guys are working on as a project. I'm very excited. I'm so sorry, I'm not entirely ready yet. I'm just doing finishing touches with my hair and my makeup. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect. We want to do a quick fire question round, if that's okay, while you're getting ready, so the viewers can get to know you a bit more.
Sure, okay, yeah. Fire along.
Awesome, so let's get straight into it. So the first question I would like to ask is, what would you say is your greatest achievement?
My greatest achievement, achievement has so many definitions, if I'm being honest with you. If I was to think like credential-wise, probably very similar to Keisha. I won Miss Philippines UK back in 2015. I've represented United Kingdom for Miss Beauty and Talent back in, I believe it was 2018, and I won the title for that. And I also represented Philippines in Top Model of the World held in Egypt back in 2017 and placed 6th place. So to me, credential-wise, that is one of my biggest achievements in life. But in a personal side, I would say surviving 2020 during this lockdown. I think we all need to give credit to ourselves for just surviving it through and keeping a positive attitude and smile on our faces.
I was just wondering, what motivated you to go onto these pageants?
What motivated me? It's just going for it, to be honest. When it all started with MPUK, Miss Philippines UK, which is the similar competition that Keisha went on. It all started from there. As soon as I got the title, I was like, do you know what? Let's just go for it. I'm taking the leap of faith. I'm going back to Philippines. I'm training with Kagandahang Flores. I'm gonna train my ass off for 6 months and go to Binibining Pilipinas. It's basically just YOLOing, you know. It's now or never. If you don't do it now, you're gonna regret it for the rest of your life. That's why I've told myself.
Are you gonna carry on doing these pageants in the future?
Unfortunately, because in the industry of pageantry and even in modeling in some aspects, you know, there is an age limit to it. I believe that a value of a woman shouldn't be, it shouldn't place on someone's age. But at the moment, it is what it is. What I am doing right now is really mentoring or encouraging the younger generations or younger women to really go for it. If they have a dream, why not? If they want to go through pageantry, I'm here to help them as a big sister, as a big ate. If they need my help in terms of walking, in terms of styling, in terms of makeup, or even just like telling them their personal problems, I'm here to help them. So that's what I'm doing at the moment with an organization that my not my manager, but also my mentor. His name is Molly Dos Palmas, and we've created this organization called the Royalties UK. So it's kind of like a camp or a school camp for men, for young men and women who wanting to join to different competitions internationally.
As this is for International Women's Day, I'll go on to asking some questions about that. Who would you say is the most inspirational woman in your life?
This is going to sound cliche because I don't know, probably to some viewers it may not be, but it's actually my mom and my two sisters. My mom, because she's just an inspiration to me, because one, she went through COVID and survived it for quite some time. She pushed through, and considering that she's part of the vulnerable age group, but I saw her struggle through FaceTime with, with all these things attached to her, and it was very hard. And of course, as a mother, it's difficult for her to have her children see her in that vulnerable state. And to me, at that point, I knew that she's always been the strongest person that I knew, but at that moment, I knew that I want to be like her. I exactly want to be like her when I have children of my own. So I would say the most inspirational person and woman in my life is my mother.
What one thing would you change that would help all women around the world? It's quite a hard question, to be fair.
It is. It's like a pageant question, and I haven't had pageant question in like 5 years, Gabby. I would say if I want to change something for the women all over the world, I think it's their perspective of their self-esteem. We get a lot of pressure from our society these days, especially through social media. Like, you have to look a certain way, you have to be in a certain age. It's all about external aspects, and we're not all of that. There's more in life than being beautiful. Like, fair enough if someone's super gorgeous, but at the same time, it's also important to have substance. That's why I always tell my little sisters in the royalties UK that it's good to have this, but it's also important to have this, because I know I'm growing, ever changing, developing year by year, but also everything can be taken away for you except this. So that's my motto. And hopefully, by mentoring my little kapatids, I'm hoping that they would take that with them and teach the future generations.
When do you feel the most empowered?
When do I feel the most empowered? I would say after a nice workout. When I've released some steam through boxing, or had a nice run, and it just gives you that happy hormones. And so when I come back to my cozy place, I just blast one of my favorite music, whether it's Pussycat Dolls or even grime music like Dave or Gigs. I don't care what it is, but the most time I feel empowered is just after a workout in my house, putting some music on and just dancing. That is the most time that I feel empowered on.
Yeah, that's nice. I saw your stories recently. Is it Muay Thai that you've been doing?
Yes, I've been doing that for a year. I remember my first session in Muay Thai. I thought I was gonna pass out, and I hated my instructor that day. I keep telling myself, like, this trainer is just killing me. I hate him. But eventually, now we're good friends, and I can't go on a week without punching some pads. It helps me a lot. It really does.
Yeah, no, it looks really fun. I might try it.
We should do it together. Do it together. That'd be fun.
If you could give one piece of advice to all girls right now, what would it be?
One piece of advice. There's a lot of advice that I would give younger generations, to be honest. But number one is definitely follow your heart. Always trust your instincts. You can listen to other people's advice, but at the end of the day, filter it through, and whatever your heart wants, just follow it and take that leap of faith and go for it. Otherwise, time is, especially with COVID now, I think people are starting to realize time is ticking. Time is just passing through, and you don't want to waste any more time, whether it's telling your loved ones you love them, spending time with your friends. doing what you're most passionate about, whether it's drawing, photography, modeling, whatever artistic side that you have in, just do it, you know. Like, I know it sounds cliche, like you only live once, but it's true. It's absolutely true. And the other thing that I would say is, whether you follow that dream and you fail through that journey, always forgive yourself to it. Life is hard. That is the reality of it. Life changes constantly, and these changes are part of life. You know, it challenges you, and even if you fail, it's fine. It's absolutely okay. No one is perfect. We're all human, and you just have to forgive yourself and pick yourself back up again. So I'd say those two are the main advice I would say to little girls these days.
I think that's pretty much everything. You ready for the photo shoot?
Yes, ready for the photo shoot. Okay.
Amazing. So I'll pass you over to John, and he will be taking care of the photo shoot side.
All right, so hi Christa, are you ready for this photo shoot then?
I'm ready, John. Let's go for it.
Sounds good, sounds good. So before we start, let me ask you one question. So how would your friends describe you?
I would say in 3 words.
Yeah.
3 words, sure. Okay. My friends would definitely describe me as a bit of a diva, not gonna lie. I do love my makeup and my outfits always being on point and all that. But I think they would also say that I'm a very affectionate person, very thoughtful, whether it's volunteering animals or, you know, checking on them, being the planner of the group, making sure they're all okay. I am a bit of a hugger person as well, so I do love hugging everyone. But, you know, it's COVID times, I can't hug anyone. Exactly. Unfortunately. Yeah. And also, they would tell you that I'm always hungry. Always.
Fair enough. That's
so
fun.
I love my rice, my eggs in the morning, my Filipino food. I love to eat. So they would tell you that if we're out traveling or somewhere, I'm very demanding in terms of food.
Yeah, rice is definitely a Filipino's weakness, so I agree with that. I agree with that. So yeah, let's start with the first pose. So the one with the windowsill. Maybe you could just point. Yeah, so have it low down.
If I remember here.
Yes,
yeah.
So like that. And then could you kind of just, there we go. Looking good, yeah.
Yeah, let me just, sorry, take off the charger cord.
No worries, yeah. And then could you kind of go more, there we go, there. And then just lean in and just have, kind of be more, just lean in on your hand like that. There we go. So I'll just take a few photos. Looking good, looking good. There we go, nice, nice, nice. Okay, so that's it for the first one. So before we move on, I have another question for you. So if you had a theme song for your life, what would it be?
What? Sorry, say that again?
If you had a theme song for your life, what would it be?
A song?
Yeah, a theme song. Like a
theme song. I always change my theme songs every week. But I would say for this week, it would be Venga Boys.
Venga Boys, nice. Nice.
It's an easy song to get cheered up on, and I'm a big 90s music fan as well, so I love Spice Girls and Sync. I mean, as much as I love Cardi B, you know, it hypes me up in the gym. I just love listening to Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys. I do have that side, so.
It was your early 2000 type of song, yeah.
Yeah. So try and not tell anyone. But yes,
That's fine. No worries. So let's stay here. Actually, this frame's nice. Maybe you could kind of just sit down, maybe play with your hair. Sit further back into the bed like that. Yeah. and maybe a bit more backwards.
A bit more. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then, can you go? Yeah, there we go. Can you have like all your hair on one side and kind of lean into it again? Yeah, just kind of play with it and just what feels natural. There we go. Looks good. Amazing, amazing. Nice. Can we have one looking here? There we go. Perfect. Amazing. Yeah, looking good. Thank you. So, okay. If you had a fortune cookie to give to yourself when you were 16, what would it say?
It would say, if I had a fortune cookie, I would say, you are fabulous no matter what other people say. That's definitely my fortune cookie. If I was to give my 16-year self old, it's just, you know, getting that confidence up and running.
Definitely.
So it's very important, especially if you're, you know, if you're a teenage girl and you're experiencing all these social pressures. You just have to find that self-love and self-confidence. And a lot of people these days think or are forbid that thought that, you know, you shouldn't have too much confidence. But who else is going to give you that confidence except yourself, right?
Yeah, so, no, exactly. I agree 100%. So let's move on to where your pillows are. You kind of move that out of the way and lean against the wall. That's what we have. Yeah.
It's in here.
There we go.
Oh, leaning against the wall.
Yeah.
I'll just take out the pillows. Yeah. And should I take the flower in or?
Oh, you can put the flower in. Yeah. Let's
okay.
Play with that.
Look at the props. Let's get the props here. Okay. All right. A little further.
You can move, yeah, a little further back and actually have it lean against. There we go. Can you? Ooh, I like that. I really like that. Okay, just stay there. Nice. Perfect. Amazing, amazing. Can you kind of smell it like you're smelling it? Oh, there we go.
Or should I?
Yeah, that looks good. Nice, amazing, amazing. Cool. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we move on, again, I have another question for you. What would you throw away, love or money, and why?
Part of me wants to just throw away, keep the money. We all need it at this time, but you know, realistically, money does not give you all the happiness in the world. Love is, whether it's romantic relationship, friendships, or family. In my case, it's my family. So I would definitely keep love all day, every day,
every day,
7 days a week. It keeps me going, keeps me strong. So, yeah.
Definitely, we all need a little bit. We all need some love in our lives. So I agree with that.
Exactly. We do need that, especially in these times. Yes.
Yeah. Could you lean against? Maybe have an elbow like against that, and you're like leaning with it. There we go. That looks nice. And then you could have your other hand on like the bed. Maybe try that. On the bed. Sorry. Yeah, the bed.
Oh, here.
Yeah. There we go. That looks nice. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. Cool. Looks good. Boom. You kind of like play with your lipstick, like your. There we go. Nice. Okay, nice. Thank you. And then, okay, final question. So, what's the first thing you do when you wake up?
The first thing I do is this. I get interrupted all the time. My sleep gets interrupted. No joking. The first thing I do is I actually reach out to Alexa and say, Alexa, start my day. And then she tells me the news, so at least I know what's going on in the world. Secondly, before I go to work, I always play this podcast. It's called Radio Space. I don't know if you guys heard it on Netflix, but there's this guided meditation. It's a mindful meditation. There you go. And I vowed to myself for 2021 that meditation is going to be I'm going to keep it as a habit. Although I know I keep active in terms of, fitness, but brain is also a muscle that needs to be stimulated all the time. And I know I keep going on about this, but, especially with the situation right now, it's important to look after your mental state. And I've been practicing my meditation in the morning, and also just keeping my head nice and clear, and reminding myself that it's okay if you're feeling down, it's okay if you're feeling angry sometimes, but at the end of the day, you just need to keep moving forward and let nature take its course.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really like that.
So that's what I do first thing in the morning.
That's nice. That's really nice. So why don't we actually, I really like that pose by the bedside table. Let's go back to that actually, and then we can end it at that. Should I put the camera a little bit closer, like there? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. And then can you tilt it up a bit? There we go. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, nice. Boom. Amazing. Nice. There we go. Thank you so much.
Yeah?
So yeah, that's like the final pose I had in mind. Thank you for being on this. But yeah, it's wonderful having you. But yeah,
thank you for having me, John.
No problem.
Yes, thank you for being on the show.
It's all right. It's my pleasure, of course.